This Valentine's Day could cost you a little more for lovebirds. The price of chocolate is up 8%, while a romantic dinner date is expected to be 12% more expensive. But you will save a few bucks when you stick to a timeless gift of roses. A dozen roses expected to cost you 5% less this year compared to last year. So are you thinking of moving your romantic relationship maybe to the next level this Valentine's Day?
Happy Valentine's Day, by the way.
Thank
We've had such a depressing show.
We really
I haven't
have.
even been able to wish Happy Valentine's Day yet. Well, it may be wise to consider one aspect of your partner that can make or break a couple, their financial habits. For more, let's bring in Emily Irwin. She's an advice and planning executive for Wells Fargo Wealth and Investment Management. Thanks so much for talking with us. You're probably someone we should talk to every day in our personal lives. Can you just tell us what is the most common financial red flag in a relationship?
The most common red flag in a financial relationship is financial secrecy. This manifests itself when one person is unwilling to share the various details about his or her income, expenses, spending habits, and debt with the other person. And in fact, over 40% of couples don't even know what their partner makes from an income standpoint.
Wow.
And so the reason financial secrecy is such a big deal is we just have no idea if this is an indication of other aspects of our partner's life that he or she may be hiding.
It's such a difficult thing to bring up, though, to ask somebody outright, well, how much do you make? I mean, people will ask about, how many partners have you had in the past and all kinds of stuff that you think would be more awkward before they find out how much money do you make or how much debt are you in. And sometimes when people sort of flaunt their wealth, it's attractive to people, he's got a nice car. You tell your mom he's got a nice car. I think he's doing all right. But you say that's also a red flag.
It can be. So thinking about flaunting of wealth or excessive spending, what's the motivation behind it? If in fact the individual can support that spending habit and just finds true enjoyment in spending his or her income that way, there's no issue whatsoever. However, it could also be leading to deeper roots of insecurity or potentially put pressure on the other person in the relationship to spend more than he or she is comfortable with. So it warrants a discussion about how do you spend your money?
Job instability and a lack of career goals seems like an obvious red flag, but people can get tricked or can look past certain warning signs. What are the best ways to sort of get a feel for whether someone has those qualities, but early on in a relationship?
One of the best ways is to really observe and ask questions and listen. So ask questions about how do you spend your time and your money? With whom? What do you enjoy doing outside of work? How do you enjoy spending your free time? And what are your ultimate career goals? That'll actually provide an incredible amount of insight and probably some fantastic conversation over dinner about what each of you want out of the relationship and out of your own lives individually as well. You can then determine, are you compatible with one another?
You always hear that rich people stay rich because they don't spend their money, right? Like they're frugal with their money. But is being too frugal also a quality that you should sort of be concerned about? Does that say something else about the
Do you need to ask her this question?
No, sadly, that's not my problem.
Being frugal.
Well, unattractive frugality is definitely prevalent in some relationships. And when you think about unattractive frugality, what I really mean by this is, are you with a person who you don't find shares your same core values and your same core spending habits? So for example, micro behaviors are really good indicators. When you go out to dinner or when you take a car somewhere to meet friends, do they undertip? Do they tip at all? How do they treat people in the service industry? This can, again, be an indicator of a broader characteristic that you may or may not find to be attractive in the long term in a partner.
Yeah, I do think that tipping, you do watch that. It's not just a question of finances. It's someone's personality, how they deal with people.
I always judge people on how they treat people in the service industry. I was a waitress once.
I was a waiter.
And, right, so you know. And I always think, that's how you're treating that person now, but how will you treat me when I'm old news and I'm not that interesting anymore? Emily, I think, the one thing that I'm really getting from you is that while money is about paying bills and, and finances, it's also very emotional. And almost every sort of red flag that you've pointed out has an emotional connection, whether people are trying to hide their insecurities or, make themselves look better, or these are kind of the ways in which people use money emotionally is what you're looking out for.
That's exactly right. You want to be the foundation of any relationship, whether it's platonic or romantic, is honesty. And you want to be able to get to know the person in every aspect of their life. And sometimes these financial red flags can actually be red flags for other parts of the relationship. And if so, be on the lookout for them because it's all part of the package of your partner.
How about any tips for discussing finances, even after a very long relationship, without escalating things? I ask, it's just I'm asking for a friend.
Oh, just for a friend. Well, take notes. So for your friend, I would say, think about being able to find dedicated time to have these conversations. Don't do it in the moment as you're about to make a big financial commitment to one another or make a big decision. Rather, set aside that dedicated time, take a walk, do it over coffee, set the stage that this is going to be the agenda, and potentially even consider doing it before you know that you're going to be making big commitments to one another, whether that commitment is in the form of a vacation, a shared ownership, such as a lease, or even a major purchase, such as a home together.
All right, Emily Irwin, your background is finance, but it also is a little bit of therapy
Relationship
as well.
therapy.
Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it.